This story was sent to me or tagged to me on Twitter by a few subscribers, so that lets me know y'all really wanted me to talk about this one. And based on what I'm looking at right now, this is a very interesting story. So this woman's name is Emma Ogle, and she looks like an ogre. And she was a teacher who sexually assaulted a student. And this is only a part of what I'm making this video. So she was charged with sexually assaulting a student, but she will never make it to trial because she was just killed in a murder-suicide, which means somebody died, somebody killed somebody, and then they pulled the trigger on themselves. I don't know who did what, but we're about to find out. It says Emma Ogle, the Garinger High School teacher in North Carolina, was found dead on November 6th. The Huntersville Police Department is investigating if Ogle, age 63, and her husband, Michael, 59, were killed in a murder-suicide. Police said the investigation into their deaths is ongoing. And I'm reading from heavy.com, 5 facts you need to know. The first one says, Ogle's death comes less than a week after she was accused of taking indecent liberties with a student. It says Mecklenburg County jail records show that Ogle was taken into custody on October 31st. The Charlotte Observer reports that Ogle was suspended with pay from her job the following day and was bonded out of jail on November 1st. Her bond had been set at $10,000. The second one reads, a family member went to Ogle's home on the morning of November 6th after Michael Ogle never showed up for work. Huntersville police officer Odette Saglibini told the media that authorities had been called to the Ogle's home at around 8 a.m. after a family member said that Michael Ogle was dead inside the house. The family member had gone to the home after Michael Ogle failed to show up for work. Saglibini said that Emma Ogle was also inside, barricaded and armed. Okay, so she was the one that killed her husband. A massive law enforcement response ensued, including Mecklenburg Medic and the North Mecklenburg SWAT team, as well as hostage negotiators, while local schools were also placed on lockdown. Saglibini said in a press conference, once our SWAT was able to gain entry into the home, they did locate 2 deceased parties inside the residence. They were of Emma Ogle and Michael Ogle. They did suffer from gunshot wounds. It's a very unfortunate situation. It's not a very common thing that we see here in Huntersville, so when it happens, it's shocking. Number 3 says Ogle had been teaching in the school district since 2005. At the time of her death, Ogle had been a career and technical education teacher at Garinger High School and other schools in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. Ogle began teaching in the school district in 2005 and had been a Garinger teacher since 2014. Prior to that, Ogle had been a teacher at Vance High School. Number 4 reads, authorities believe Ogle began a personal relationship with a 17-year-old student in the spring of 2019. WSOC TV reports that Ogle had begun a personal relationship with a 17-year-old. The station says that the investigators believe the relationship became physical in the summer. WCTI reports that authorities became aware of the abuse when the student told another staff member about Ogle. School officials later said that they did not believe that any of the sexual abuse took place on campus. And number 5 said it's Texas that leads the way in prosecuting teachers accused of abusing students. In November 2016, Texas State Representative Tony Dale sought to pass legislation that would prevent, as Dale says, teachers merely resigning and moving. Dale said of his legislation, HB 218 increases penalties and close loopholes that allow educators who engage in inappropriate relationships to resign and obtain employment in another district. I can't be mad at that. That should be something that be across the board for any profession, though. This bill seeks to allow Texas the tools we need to get rid of teachers who prey on our children. Slate reported that female educators make up 4% of convicted rapists in teacher-student sexual assault cases in 2006. That's a very low number for a very high population. What I mean is that you find that there's a lot of female teachers who are literally engaging in such acts with their students, but they never get prosecuted the way that they should. While in 2016, former Department of Education's Chief of Staff Terry Abbott wrote in the Washington Post that teacher-student sexual assault cases were on the rise. For example, in Kentucky 2011, the state saw the number of such cases nearly double. And you'll find that most of them happen to be palm-colored women that are doing this. They just can't control their urges whatsoever. And it also shows you that they had a very high sex drive, and they are seeking out those who are as young as possible. They are literally walking predators. I cannot say that I feel bad for this woman. Like I said, she just will never make it to trial. Now, we'll never know what led to the whole incident with her husband. However, I have a theory that what it could possibly be is that he found out what his wife was doing, and he was probably upset and pissed with her. Maybe he threatened to leave, or maybe he could have put hands on her because he was upset. Like, you gotta think, you married to this woman for all this time, and she's going behind your back, not only sleeping with somebody else, but sleeping with a student, and he's a minor. I mean, think about your reputation. That what people would say to you. Oh, your wife is a thought. She's a strag. She's a whore, and she slept with one of her students. And then they'll be making fun of him and saying that he's probably less of a man. So it does like a lot of it does psychological damages to you. And he could have just snapped on her, and then she ended up killing him. And then when she saw that they were coming after her, she killed herself. I mean, at this point, she probably felt she had nothing else to lose. I mean, she already probably lost her job. She would probably lose a whole lot more had she gone to trial and registered as a sex offender. So she decided to end it all right then and there. So now there will be no trial at this point. It's no point. It's pretty much a done deal, done case. No need to drag it out. Well, now it's a whole new case, because murder-suicide. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.